Hey everybody, so I have been wanting to talk for a while about the transmit scale and how it affects other people. Now, understand that when I say that, I'm referring to the fact that when your transmit scale goes down, well, it doesn't affect your rewards. It affects the people who witness your beacon, or when you witness their beacon, the amount that they get. And generally speaking, we want everybody to have high rewards. We want everybody to have a high transmit scale. And so I'd like to talk about what you can do to improve your situation by adjusting your where you assert yourself. Now you can do it to a small degree, adjust it, and it's not really a problem for helium, but let's get into this later. Let's talk about the whole of, I'm going to call it resolution 4. And what I mean by that is if you look at downtown here in downtown Denver, you see this whole hex that is, orange. And if I were to click on any of the hotspots in there and go in hotspotty to reward scaling, I'm going to see that it shows that the resolution 4 says 1,011 too many hotspots. And because there's so many hotspots in that downtown area, rewards have gone from a 1 to a 0.33. And that's why I don't like to place hotspots downtown. I do have one just to learn from, but I don't like to place them downtown. Now, that being said, if we go back to the map and we look at the area that I'm in here, we're not seeing that. In fact, clicking on any hotspot up there, I'm going to see under reward scaling that my resolution 4 has 102 available. Now that wasn't true just a couple weeks ago. Just a couple weeks ago it said there were over 200 too many hotspots. So what could have happened between then and now? Well, I'll tell you, we've had a lot of problems with the network, and people have even given up and shut them down and gone offline, or some of them never came back up for whatever reason. Maybe eventually they will, but they're having problems. I know that there are some hotspots out there that are all over the place just because there are companies that are now offering those hotspots and willing to pay you some small amount for a year in order for you to have that hotspot in your house. And when a problem like this for the network occurs, they probably don't have the people or the manpower to fix them all. So right now, those are all down, and eventually they will come back up along with just more hotspots in general in the area, and we'll have an oversaturation. But until then, we can enjoy our one transmit scale. Now, all of that being said, I recently had a problem, which was that even though that happened, because of the area I am in, and that area is right here, I was getting a 50 transmit scale because I was too close to the person next to me. I'm just going to bring that up over here. So if I go to my workspace, I can find my hotspot, and there I am. So I am right here, and this guy right there, Low Cream Cat, we were just too close. Close enough and put within a hex that it said, you guys are going to have a problem together. Now, I am actually my house is closer to the middle of this curve here, but I moved it over just a bit because, quite frankly, I'm allowed, according to Helium, to move it let's say 200 to 250 off of my actual location. They don't really have a problem with that. Some people want to do it just because they want to hide their location, which, quite frankly, might be a good idea. But point being is, if you can move it and adjust it slightly to allow that, why not? Especially when you own other hotspots in the area that are going to also witness and beacon your hotspot. You will witness and beacon them. So therefore, you want as many ones in the area as you can. So that being the case, I'm going to kind of give you a different example because I've already done it here. I can't show it any more than this. I suppose I could go in and show you, I think it was resolution, I'm going to pretend it was resolution 9. And then what happened was, you can see this D area right here. I was right there, right on, like right enough on the corner that it just decided I was in D with the low cream cat. And I had to get out of D in order to fix the problem. So that's what I did. So that being said, you could do the same thing. And I'm going to give you another example. I'm going to move to another one of my hotspots. And this one is closer to downtown. Clever blonde tadpole. And as you can see, I am very close to someone right next to me. And if I look at reward scaling, you can see the square, or rather you can see the the hex, my apologies. You can see the hex, and if I go down and I can look, yes, we're both at 50% because of this. How can we fix it? So it's at resolution 10. There's just one too many. I click on this just to see, and it's basically saying, okay, look, dude, if you can just, well, in this case, it might be saying if you can move over here, or if I can move over there, that'll fix the problem. I'm just going to click on him in the hex. I'm going to look at the reward scaling and also do the same thing. So resolution 10, too many. Okay, showing the same thing. But what my point is in this process is, if I just move to the house behind my house, in other words, list that house as my house, which is not a far move, like we said, it's just, like 200 feet, that'll fix the problem. Now, we can verify this, so I'm going to go click on my hotspot once again, and I'm going to verify this by going back to reward scaling and choosing this option here called placement simulation, edit placement to simulate the transmit scale by positioning a new placement on the map. So I'm going to edit that placement, and I'm going to do just what I said. I'm just going to put it on the house behind my house. So we're moving it 46 meters. Not a huge distance. We're not spoofing. We're just making a small adjustment. Let's confirm that. And it has made no difference. Let's see. So what does that mean to us? It is now resolution 9 is one too many. Okay, so that means that may not be the best adjustment to make. Let's see what happens if I move it over even farther. Now again, we were in agreement somewhere around 250. That's as far as we're allowed to move it. But we can at least take a look at this. So I am going to, once again, move that. And I don't see the option anymore here. I think I might have to go back. So I'm just going to go click on my neighbor, click on my hotspot, go back to reward scaling, and I'm going to remove placement. And now I'm going to edit placement once again. So looking at the square it's at, I'm going to move it this time, like I said, 2 neighbors over. I'm going to confirm that, 67 meters this time. And now we're both at 100%. So that is something to consider. If we're only talking about a move of 100 to 250 meters, everything that I've read has said that's okay. You can do that. And why not do it if, 1, it hides your location, and 2, sets it up so that you're getting a transmit scale of 1 and it makes everybody happy. Now, I'll be honest, this information that I've gotten looking online, everything was referenced as 800 meters. You can move a maximum of 800 meters without a problem. I could not find this specifically on Helium's website. I found it on other people's websites. I found it on blog posts. So somehow this number of 800 got out there. Again, if you look at the example of what I'm doing, I'm just moving it less than 100 meters. So not even 800 feet, which is more like 225 meters. But I'm going to do this. So you will soon see Clever Blonde Tadpole has moved 68 meters. I don't know if that's really going to affect anything for me. This may only affect other hotspots around me, giving them more rewards, but I'm glad to do it. And this is what I'm saying. We're all part of a community here. We all would like to see our transmit scales be higher and our rewards higher. And if I want to be selfish about it, I mean, quite honestly, right over here is my other hotspot. So this is another hotspot that I own, and I know that we beacon each other. So yes, it's going to help me. And as I have more hotspots out there, eventually it'll help me even more to do these things. But I'm just saying, guys, this helps everybody. So please consider that when you look around and you figure out how you're going to change things. If you do a small move, just a small move under 800 feet and make it better for everybody in terms of transmit scale, people will be grateful. All right, well, thank you very much for listening. Please like and subscribe if you like this content. I realize that this move does cost you $10.50. Yes, the reassertion charge to move it to another location is $10.50. And maybe you don't want to pay it for somebody else. But, in the end, as you start thinking about putting more hotspots out there, you're becoming part of a larger community. You know that you want some sort of good relationship with all the other hotspots around you. It is worth it. All right. Thanks for listening, and happy mining.